What's up, everybody? It's your boys. It's Jason and Mr. Sturdy right over there. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing phenomenal. And I'm going to ask you this, actually, and then I'll answer after. But how's your weekend? How was your weekend, and what did you do this weekend?
Oh, dude, my weekend was busy. I had some of my younger cousins over. I had my friend's son stay at the weekend because he wanted to play with the kids over here. So It was a busy weekend. I did not make it out to see Boogeyman, which I really wanted to do. I tried to make it work today, but if I had done that, we probably would have missed this, and I really wanted to do this. So I just figured I'd do it again this week sometime, maybe tomorrow.
There you go.
You
have something to look forward to on Monday. There you go. Honestly, it wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't bad. My wife really enjoyed it. She loved it, I believe. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I did like it. She loved it, but it wasn't a bad movie. I don't want to spoil it for you, of course. Are you going with anybody?
I'll probably take the boy.
Nice. There you go.
He's not really a horror fan, so there'll have to be some like finesse and negotiations, and like I'll get you some popcorn. Come on, man. It's an hour and a half long. It's not long.
Here it is. I'll get you something to eat. I'll get you something to drink. And to top it off, how old is he?
14.
You could stay here for 4 more years.
13. He's 13.
You can stay here for 5 more years, rent free.
He lives with his mom, but
oh well. Either way, you could move in here. And this is just jokes. This is just jokes. Don't attack Jason. This is just jokes. I understand the kid is 13. That's why I said this. This is jokes. Is your daughter into horror?
She is. So I might wait and see it with her. But she really wants to see Spider-Verse. So when she gets back, that's going to be on her top priority list, which was what was on my priority list this weekend.
You know what's awesome? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, I'll tell you right after.
Oh, I was just saying, but I really want to see this Boogeyman movie. What's crazy about this year, man, is these movies keep coming out, and I'm not expecting them. Like, I didn't know Boogeyman and Spider-Verse was this weekend. And there's a movie coming out next weekend. I didn't know it was next weekend. And then The Flash comes out in 2 weeks. I didn't realize these movies were coming so quickly.
So, I knew the Boogeyman was coming out. And my wife stays on top of movies in general. I didn't know the Spider-Verse was coming out, but I'm glad the Spider-Verse movie came out, and I'm glad The Little Mermaid came out. I'm glad Guardians of the Galaxy 3 came out. Why? Because the majority of the crowd was in those 3 movies. Probably mostly in Spider-Verse, because that's the one that came out this weekend. But either way, we're in those 3 movies, and there was some annoying-ass teenagers sitting, like, right here, like, front right of us. That I want to tell them to shut the F up forever, but I didn't. Because they were young. There was 2 young girls, and they were just, the giggling and all that stuff that they do, and I'm just like, I want to tell them to be quiet, but at the same time, I was that kid, and they weren't like louder than the movie, obnoxiously loud. They were white loud. They were 2 young white girls. If it was like ghetto black loud, I might have been scared to yell at them because they're ghetto. Never mind.
I don't have any comments on that. I will say that are you old man sturdy now? Like children, keep it down up there. I'm trying.
No, if it's obnoxious, this is with children or adults. If it's obnoxiously loud to where I can't, you know what I mean, to where I'm hearing you more than I'm hearing the movie, then it's like, okay, you need to shut the fuck up. Sorry, didn't mean to say that. Shut the fuck up. That's what I said. You need to shut the fuck up because everybody in here worked and we paid to watch this movie. I don't care if you laugh. I don't care if you whisper and giggle and all that. I don't care, but you don't need to be louder than the movie. That's my only thing. And they weren't louder than the movie, so it wasn't too bad. It did get a little annoying. Like if they're, but I'll put it to you like this: if it was like kids I knew, if it was say my nieces, nephews, stepkids, yo, shut up. But that's when you say some stuff like that. You know what I mean? If it's kids I knew, I would have definitely told them to shut up.
All my kids learned at a very young age to respect the theater.
I'm telling you right now, children, listen to this. Children that know me, if you watch this, I see you in the movie theater and you're acting obnoxious, and it's in a movie I'm going to see, I don't care if it's a movie I'm not going to see. That's your own business. But if it's a movie I'm going to see, not only am I going to say something to you, I'm snitching. I'm going right to the source. Yo, yeah, Michael. Yeah, Junior. Yeah, I was in here seeing Friday the 13th Part 47, and Junior's in here acting a fool, being all loud. I almost punched him in his face, but I figured I'd call you first. He's like, oh, I already know what my cousin's gonna tell me. Punch him in his face. Tell him to shut his ass up. So I'm gonna handle it. But seriously, I don't mind. Again, the laughter, the talking a little bit. Just don't be louder than the movie. That's all I ask. And that's even watching movies at home. Because it's funny.
It's funny you say that because last week on Three Geeks, not last night, but last week, we talked about the 5 most obnoxious characters in movies we would not take to the movies with us. So, like characters in movies and television who we would not want to go to the movies with.
Okay.
And I won. My number 1 was easy. My number 1 was Medea. I would not go to the movies with Medea ever. She would be obnoxious before we left the house, on the drive to the theater, during the movie, after the movie, and on the drive back to her house. I just couldn't do it.
I'll say this. If it's, say I already went and seen the movie already, it's something I really want to see, and then I'm going back just to see people's reactions to how I know this person's going to act in the theater, I'm going with them. I'll say, listen, I'll go with you, but I'm not sitting by you. Just because I want to see people's reactions, I want to hear what they say with me not sitting by you. And in case they start throwing popcorn and dumping drinks, I don't need to get dirty because I'm chilling. I'm being quiet. Just to see that reaction. So for that, yes, but to like go sit down seriously see a movie, nah, hell no. Hell no. There's family members I won't go with because they talk too damn much during the movies.
Oh, I hate that. I hate talking during the movies.
And not even talking, but like kind of the almost, it seems loud because you're obviously sitting together and they're like talking and laughing too much and just like, no.
Yeah, stop being happy in this movie theater.
Calm
down. I don't have my hearing aid in.
Now, at the same time, I do love like those scenes where it's real funny and you're laughing and then someone's just dying like a few rows down, like they're just laughing their asses off. I love that. Same with like the scared thing. Like when people are really scared and really like in all that is awesome. The like I said, the laughing, even the cheering for certain scenes in movies, because it's like it goes for that point and then it stops, so you don't miss anything. You don't miss anything. Like that big scene where you see somebody's coming back to life, or the knockout, whatever it is. People are, oh my god! Then everybody's quiet again. That's fine. We all knew movie courtesy. Just think about it like this. How would you act in the theater with your parents sitting right next? Whoever would slap you in your family in the mouth that's sitting right next to you for you doing something like that. I won't say your parents, because it's not always your parents that slap you. Sometimes it's your cousin, your older brother, Jason. He said, shut up.
All right, so are you familiar with the Wrong Turn franchise?
I've seen all of them with the exception of the latest 1 or 2 that came out in the late 2000s.
Okay, so the guy who directed the original film, he was recently involved in the remake, and he plans on making 2 sequels to the movie that he the reboot version from 2021.
So I got to see the 2021 version, but I'm in because those movies are so freaking fun.
I've never seen them.
Are you serious?
I have them all. I own all of them. I got them on a pack at Walmart not too long ago. So.
My gosh. We got to fix this.
I need to see it. So sell me on Wrong Turn right now. What's it about?
Cannibal Hillbillies. That's the best way I can describe it. I mean, maybe not necessarily hillbillies, but you'll see why I say that in a sense.
Is it similar to like The Hills Have Eyes?
Backwoods. Okay. In a sense. It has similarities though, but it's, oh my god, they're so fun. Some are hit or miss, of course, but the kills, yo, I need to see those again soon. But then I'll have to make content on them.
Well, anyway, that's not a problem to have.
Not at all.
Are you familiar with the Telltale games?
Excuse me?
The Telltale games, like they did
No.
the Walking Dead Telltale game, which is more story driven. So they are making a video game version of The Expanse, which I am not super familiar with, but I love this company and I'm going to make myself super familiar with it. And I wish that Telltale would get the rights to some horror stuff because I would love to play a version of this in horror. So this is one of those kind of games where you kind of choose one adventure.
You said you choose your own what?
Choose your own adventure, kind of. You control what your character says.
Yeah. Actually, they do have some horror-based games that are similar to that. That you kind of like, you pick like X, it'll do this, B, it'll say, yeah. There's
We got a job,
I'll tell you sometime. I forgot. I can't think of it right now.
Give me 3 months. Never have to work again.
I think Mick really likes this franchise.
Whatever this is, it will still be everything you need to help the belt.
Do we want to invite that kind of attention?
The story, the writing in these games are phenomenal.
They're damn near movies.
Yeah,
they're damn near movies. Like it's almost to the point of you could do a movie, you could do series. Like I want to start seeing some more animated series, some really good games. They get into a series.
What are you waiting for?
If the story's good enough, of course.
On my word, lose the PDC volley, then turn and burn.
Just like series, only this time no dolls to keep you on the leash, yeah?
I hope that my actions on this ship can offer some amends for my past.
Whatever this treasure is, the one thing we know is that it will change everything.
So are you going to spend the rest of your oxygen feeling sorry for yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you going to get to work?
I'll work till tomorrow. The Expanse.
Nice. I really love this franchise, and the company went out of business, and it looks like somebody just recently rebought them. Nice. So I'm glad to see more stuff coming. I hope the writing and stuff is still on par of what it was before, but that looks fun and exciting. Like I said, I'm not super familiar. I didn't realize it was like horror-esque until I saw it on bloodydisgusting.com.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of excited.
It looks good. Yeah, that looks good.
So we're getting a brand new Amityville movie from Tubi. They're going to be adapting Hans Holzer's 1981 novel. It's called The Amityville Curse.
Pull it up for us.
Oh, I've got the trailer right here for you, buddy. We're going to check this out. I love Amityville movies. I like them when they have a little bit more of a budget than Amityville Karen did.
I hate trailers. But it's not a good movie trailer, so I'm not too upset about this one.
Okay.
Time when owning a house is a pipe for many. Not imagine.
No, compared to Amityville Karen, this looks like an Oscar-worthy masterpiece.
You know, there's no actual evidence that proves this place was ever haunted.
Mm-hmm. But there's no evidence.
You know he's dying.
And that's not so true anymore. Ever since LL Cool J survived Halloween 6, 7.
H2O, yeah. But there's people before him. Reckless Reggie. Right, yeah. Part 5. Kincaid. Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Yeah, but he died in the next movie.
But he still survived for one. That counts.
That's true.
What was it?
That was the biggest mistake. That franchise made a huge mistake when they killed off all of the Dream Warriors.
Always hungry.
Yeah.
You don't think it was the house, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. This I was very hesitant to watch this trailer because I remember we did the show and I was like, I love bad Amityville movies, and then I watched Amityville Karen and I just like, this movie is so bad I couldn't do it.
There's a limit to bad. There's a limit to bad. It's
it looks like this one has a budget.
We'll see. I may check that out. When is it already out?
Let me see. I was about to say like no with a full committed no, but I don't. That's not true. I don't know that answer.
Because it looks like it won't be a waste of time to watch. I'll say that. I can't say it's going to be good. I can't say it's going to be bad. I'll say it looks like it may not be a waste of time to watch. And, you know, that's the best you can hope for some movies. It's like, oh, shit, I hope. And then you watch it, you're like, oh, wow, that was actually better than I thought.
No release date, but I will keep an eye out for it because I will check it out.
Same here. I'll actually watch that.
So we're rumored to be getting an Anaconda reboot.
I seen that.
Starring Paul Rudd and Pedro Pascal have been offered lead roles. This is all rumor territory, everybody. But I would love to see Paul Rudd and Pedro Pascal fight snakes.
Me too. Sorry.
I mean, folks,
it would be ridiculous, hilarious, crazy, violent. Why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't you want that for an Anaconda movie?
Are they going to be like transporting a baby across the river, and
the Amazon?
Pedro Pascal has to watch over it because that's what he does now? Or maybe a baby snake.
Yeah, we don't need that. We don't. I'll watch that. I would watch that. I mean, it's a horror movie, so why not? I already know it, but I've even seen that. I've seen worse. I just watched worse the other day, actually.
Anaconda versus Lake Placid was pretty bad.
That sounds bad. It sounds like something I would watch, but it sounds bad.
Oh yeah, I love the bad, low budget sci-fi movies. There's some I can't do. Like I tried to watch Jurassic Shark the other day, and
that's horrible. It's awful. Just the way the shark looks, the way they did. Oh my gosh!
It was the acting. I can get past all the bad special effects, but
you want to see another one that's horrible? Piranha. Check out Piranha Shark.
I will check out Piranha Shark. You had me at hello, and I watched the Six-Headed Shark series. So like I can get behind some bad shark movies.
How I've never watched those. I keep saying I'm going to. How was it? I mean, I know it was bad, but was it fun at least?
Yeah, I had fun watching them.
I'll have to check those out.
Danny Trejo's in one of them.
That works. I love that guy.
You should do a small little creature feature on Horror with Sir Sturdy. Have you watched Ghoulies before?
You know what? No, I don't think so. I think we do have a creature feature wheel, or we had one. I got to bring it back. I just want to whittle some other wheels down before I add some more to that.
Okay. So, Ghoulies is getting a 4K release in September.
Nice.
So, if you haven't seen Ghoulies 1, you should check it out. It's kind of very similar to Gremlins. I think Ghoulies came after Gremlins. Kind of up there like Critters. Very similar kind of movie.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I had fun watching the original Ghoulies. I watched that for the first time recently. I had in the past seen Ghoulies Go to College, but I hadn't seen the original.
That's ridiculous. Ghoulies Go to College?
Yeah. Did you see they added Howling to Shudder?
They had that recently, right?
Yeah, 1 and 2.
Recently?
I keep trying to watch Howling. Like, I really want to watch it. I really want to get into it, but I've started it 3 times now, and that movie is just not grabbing me.
I mean, I don't know.
Have you seen Howling?
I don't know. What's it about?
Werewolf.
Oh wow, Howling here. Come on. It's not that hard to figure out, Sturdy. Come on now.
It's all right, man. You've had a long day.
I did actually. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. So
all right, this one will wake you up a little bit. I think this will make you excited. Terrifier 3 is happening. And we'll continue to push boundaries.
And I loved every bit of seeing that. Excuse me. I can't wait. Oh my gosh. Because what I love about Terrifier is it gives us that 80s vibe, that 80s slasher feel. That I feel like for a slasher, it can't get any better than like that 80s style slasher, because it's, I mean, look, to this day, it's still popular. It's still being, I don't want to say copied like in a bad way, but you know what I mean? It's still being used. It's still being created, and for a reason. And now the most popular one really went back and dug the crates to like give you that 80s feel, even with the updated technology, but it still gives you that kind of 80s gritty, dark feel of the slasher, and doing it so freaking well. Like, I want them to do 3. I want 3 to be fucking phenomenal. Sorry. Very phenomenal. And then, yeah, I'm here for it, man. I'm freaking here for it. What about you?
I have not seen the Terrifier movies yet.
Jason, Alfred, Taylor, you need to see those 2 movies.
You're just sitting there like, I need the whitest name for his middle name.
I just threw whatever, like, if you notice, I kind of paused, like half paused. Whatever came to my mouth is what I was going to say for your middle name. There was no even thinking about it. I was like, just give me a brain, just give me a name. And there's Alfred.
It says here, if you thought Art the Clown's Reign of Terror in Part 2 was extreme, you haven't seen anything yet.
I'll tell you this. Here's what you should do. Watch All Hallows Eve first. That's where
I've watched the Terrifier segment of that.
I was gonna say that's where he's introduced. Then Terrifier 1 and 2, and you're gonna have a great time. Trust me.
Okay.
Trust me. And Art the Clown is played by a different person in Terrifier 1 and 2 than from the short.
Okay.
I forgot the guy's name from the short, but he did an excellent job in that. But David Howard Thornton is the one who plays him in, who is Art now, I should say. But I can't wait to hear what you. Oh, see, and someone just said this to me over on Twitter actually, because I was reviewing Chopping Mall. I know it's the first time I seen it last weekend, and they were like, I'm so happy for you that this is your first time seeing this movie. Like, that's how I feel about you watching Terrifier 1 and 2. Like, I'm so happy you get the experience to watch that for the first time. And watch it with somebody who's really into gore, just so you can enjoy it together. So if you know anybody that's really into a gory horror movie, that hasn't seen it yet, especially, oh my gosh. If they've seen it or not, but especially if they haven't seen it, it's one of those. You're gonna be like, yep, I'm getting do you have the Blu-ray of this yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, you're gonna get the Blu. After you watch these 2 movies, you're gonna buy the Blu-ray. I promise you, because I know you're one of those people. You probably have about 3 or 4 copies of certain films that you just love, and every time they upgrade the quality of that film, I gotta get it. Oh wait, hang on. If I wait for another week, it's gonna be special edition plus the steel. But oh wait, okay, I'll wait a week.
Yeah, I have a couple movies I have.
Yeah, you know what? I can't wait a week. I can wait 3 days. I'm gonna get it on streaming. Then in 4 days, I'll get the steelbook thing that I want. Am I right?
Yep.
See, this guy.
So, bad news. Robert Englund has officially retired as Freddy Krueger.
But we kind of knew that for years now. I mean, since X amount of years after Freddy vs. Jason came out, he was like, I'm too old for this role, basically. Which I get. It sucks that they couldn't have done something 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. When did the last one come out? 2009, right? 2010?
That was the remake. Came out in 2010. I think Freddy vs. Jason came out in 2003.
So 13 years ago. 13 years is a long time, especially for someone that's in his 80s now?
Yeah.
That's a long time. Like, if you would have asked him this 13 years ago, maybe even 10, he would have did it.
No, he did show up as Freddy on the Goldbergs a few years ago.
Yeah, but it wasn't as much as he didn't have to put in as much, you know what I mean, as he would have for the movie. Yeah,
I'm surprised that he waited so long because he hasn't played Freddy since 2003. He did mention Jackie Earl Haley, who played Freddy in the remake. Jackie's just so good, a wonderful actor, so I don't think it was that. I've always thought that Freddy is described as a child killer, so when they made Freddy a child molester in the remake, that's not what Freddy is, I don't think. By taking it to such a dark place, there's no room for personality of Freddy to be exploited.
See, I disagree with that. And the reason why I disagree with it is because it made the movie dark, even darker. You know what I mean? Like it gave Freddy, like it almost put more of the fear back into it, like how the original did before. I'll say with the first two, even before it got fun and silly with 3 and so on. And what this did is it pulled something else. Whether they took it too far or not, that's not the art. Which I don't think they did. Just because, again, it makes it even darker because it's like, okay, he's a child killer, but why is he killing kids? Oh, because he's, I'm not going to say it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And it almost made, and I'm talking about the movie, people, I'm not talking about it in real life because it's horrible in real life, but it almost makes it make more sense. There's more of a motive to, like, okay, if I kill them, I have a better chance of getting away with this than if I just let these kids go and just make them, not saying whatever. And yeah, so to me, but for me, I don't know about everybody else out there. Let us know in the comments. But for me, it wasn't that. I know part of it was the look of Freddy. I have to go back and watch it. I haven't seen that movie, which came out in when did you say 2010, right?
The remake, yeah, 2010.
So the remake came out in 2010, 13 years ago. And Robert didn't play Freddy, which I got mistaken, mixed up with the remake. Robert didn't play Freddy since, besides the Goldberg thing, I'm talking about like a full thing of him since 2003.
Yeah, I believe so.
20 years ago. That's 20. Again, if you ask him 10 years ago, maybe. If you ask him 15 years ago, definitely. If you ask him 24 years ago, he's already dressed up. That's too old.
I mean, this does disappoint me a little bit because I really am one of those people who's still been clinging on to a sequel to Freddy vs. Jason. Like, I still was really hoping it could happen, but I don't want that now, not until a new Freddy's established. I don't want them just to throw a new Freddy in, but the guy that Robert Englund has chosen that he would like to see play Freddy Krueger, and he's been saying this for years, is he wants Kevin Bacon to take over the role.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that in the role because I feel like, I mean, obviously the voice and the actual body movements would be tougher and hard because there's only one Robert Englund. There's only one, you know what I mean? And he's played that character for so long that he made, like, that's his kid. Like that's, I think that's a big reason why. That's another reason why the remake didn't do so well is because Robert Englund is Freddy. There's no argument there. There is no argument there. Like, for example, like for Jason, multiple people play Jason Voorhees, so there's an argument there. No matter who you're, like, my favorite's Kane Hodder. That doesn't mean he's the best. Just because I say he is, that doesn't mean he's the best. You know what I mean? But Robert Englund is Freddy. Freddy is, you know what I mean? Like, that's, I feel like that's a tough one to do. And for you to do it, like, if they're to do it again, they need to go back, like how they tried to with the last one. But they really need to go back to just the darkness, that scariness, the fear of it. And maybe just have it as a remake to the first one or whatever. If you want to add some new stuff to it, but take out the child molestation in it. Just so that'll take away that argument. I say it wasn't I'm not going to say it wasn't a bad thing in that sense. I mean, for what they were trying to portray in that movie, it helped. But, yeah. Make it darker. You have to make it dark. Like, don't try to go to the funny stuff. If you're gonna if you do a few, then yeah, but don't do it with the first movie. Make it scary. If you have little chuckles here and there, fine, but make it scary. Make it scary. Make it dark, and maybe even follow one of the books. Like, do something a little bit different. I have a Nightmare on Elm Street book here somewhere that I started. I gotta start it over. I started this thing like 3 years ago. Got to like page 200 and stopped reading it. Forgot. So, but yeah, dude, like, pull it from one of the books. You could probably do some really dope things, or do a series, but do the series as like an actual episodic thing that connect, not just different things like how the one is you do have out now that I watched a couple episodes of, but do a new one. Friday the 13th is doing it. Do it. There you go, Nightmare on Elm Street. Do a series. You don't have to use Freddy too. You have, like, you can have things happen, but you don't necessarily have to have Freddy in the scene.
Well, this is kind of a follow-up to that story. Devin Sawa has also thrown his name in. He'd love to follow in the footsteps and play Freddy.
I mean, I feel like with that, I almost want to say they eventually should. And as crazy as this sounds, I know there's going to be a lot of Nightmare on Elm Street fans that are purists and all that. I understand. And I'm not sorry for what I'm about to say, though, because I'm a horror fan first. And people want to see it. People want to see more Nightmare on Elm Street. Even the diehards. They want to see more Nightmare on Elm Street. They want to see this franchise get a reboot, refresh, and maybe make the whole series darker and make it more serious. Who knows? But someone's eventually going to have to play Freddy Krueger, and we're gonna have to live with that, and we have to, and I'm one of those people. We're gonna have to like take that which we're not going to, and again, I'm that person, but like take that Robert Englund away from the newest movie, you know what I mean, from the newer movie, even from the one they made it. Like, we have to just forget that there was other Freddy films. We have to forget that Robert played. We have to just forget all of that and just watch it as it is. And again, this is me, myself, for me. When I'm saying this, when I say this we thing, this is me as well. Because I think that's a big reason why I didn't like it. Like, the more and more and more I think about it, I think that's the big. I know that's a reason why I didn't like it. That may be the biggest reason why I didn't like it. I just hope it's not the only reason I didn't like it. So
I'm gonna have to check it out again. We've already promised Dan Mastershake that we would check it out and then have him on to review it with us. So maybe we'll do that sooner than later.
Yeah, we'll plan something out and do that. Definitely. That'll be fun to do.
I'm pretty sure I have the movie somewhere in my house on one of the many formats that I have floating around my house.
Yep, I'm sure I have it somewhere as well. But yeah, that's.
And I wouldn't be against Devin Sawa playing Freddy either. He's been killing it in horror. So we don't have Insidious 5 yet, but Mandy Moore and Kumail Nanjiani will star in the next Insidious film called Threads: An Insidious Tale. Good.
Wow.
2 fantastic actors, very mainstream actors, wanting to jump into horror. Yeah, give it. There's nothing wrong with anything I just said.
So they better not duck. Yes, I said duck, quack it up. They better not duck it up, quack, quack. Just so you guys know, saying duck. They better not duck it up. That's the thing that gets me scared when you have those bigger name actors in a horror movie. Sometimes they're spoiling it by having these big names, and you know what's going to happen to them. They may get beat up a little bit and be the one that comes out of nowhere from like the basement. Like, yo, you got shot 47 times. How are you crawling over here, walking? There's no. Oh, I somehow when I got hit the first time, it hit me in the shoulder, and I fell down the stairs, and boom. And it's like, how did everything miss you? But you know what I mean. You have those scenes, so what's that?
Yeah. So we get Insidious 5 out July 7th. So
7th.
I guess
Nice.
Kumail's website has mentioned that they are looking for a 7 to 11-year-old girl to play the role of Zoe, who would, in turn be the daughter of Moore and Nanjiani's characters. Mandy Moore is a very underrated actress, and I love Kumail, so they've got my attention.
This will be interesting.
It's called Thread: An Insidious Tale.
It's coming out next month too. Nice.
Yeah, so you guys, it doesn't matter what we think. What matters is what you think. So please drop it in the comments below and let us know what you think of any of the news stories that we've talked about. And I've got one more story that I pulled up. Today's episode is probably going to be pretty shorter than normal. It was a crazy Sunday, crazy week. We are going to be back to our full-length episodes next week. But Ice Cream Man 2, Clint Howard is working on a sequel to a 1995 cult classic.
I'll watch it. I don't know how I can't say how I feel about it, and the reason why I can't say that is because I don't know how the movie's going to be. Like, I'm trying to be better with not prejudging a movie for the most part. There's going to be some stuff I'm going to prejudge. I can't. That's just too bad. But as far as like, you know what I mean, when they do these remakes, sequels, 35 years later, whatever the case may be, I'm like, you know what? Let me watch the movie first before I trash it. And if it's garbage, I'll trash it then. But let me at least watch it first and then kind of gauge it. Because then you go in there with two, you know what I mean? It's gonna mess up. It's gonna mess up your whole mindset in a sense. Just go there with zero expectations and check it out. Sometimes it's rough.
Yeah, come on, Clint. Call your brother Ron and tell him that you need to borrow some money and give us. I recently saw Ice Cream Man for the first time, so I'm curious. I guess they did a Kickstarter to try to raise the funds 9 years ago for a sequel, and it fell through. But he's trying again to get a sequel made. I guess the cast just did a table read of it, probably for charity or something, and hoping to ride that into something else. So yeah, I'm always down for more horror.
Same here. Hell yeah.
And yeah, go back to some of these obscure titles from before and give us a sequel to them. Heck yeah.
Please do.
Give me another Stepfather movie. Those movies are so cheesy. I love them.
I love
Have you seen the Stepfather movies?
I don't think I've seen them. No, I don't. No. I did not see those. I gotta check those out though.
Terry O'Quinn is in the first two. They're pretty much worth watching. The third one is completely absurd, and the remake that they made like 10 years ago was absurd.
But I do really enjoy those cheesy. If they're done right, I do enjoy those cheesy films. You know what I mean? Like the ones that know they know where they can take it, and they put it right in that realm, or right there, just right on that line. This is as far as we could take it. This is where our budget and our talent, this, that, and the third, can take it to where it's not gonna be a great movie, but it'll be fun, it'll be whatever, and boom, it's gonna work. But when they try to do too much, it can be rough. Or when they don't try to do enough, it seems like they don't try to do enough. It's like, I don't know, man. I've seen some bad stuff lately. I have, and some good stuff. Mario. I mean, I got to rewatch the Super Mario Bros, but I also had to watch the first one, and yeah, that was bad.
So, Sturdy, where can everybody find you online?
You can find me at horrorresearch30.com. You go there and you can find all of my links. The Horror Research 30 group is still under construction. I've been busy and lazy at the same time, and then blazy. So I'm working on that. But yeah, go to horrorresearch30.com. You can get all my links. You'll get all of my episodes, videos, and audio. And like I said, all my other links and all that good stuff. But yeah, where can I find you?
You guys can find me everywhere you find podcasts at 3 Geeks Podcast. Find me on the social medias at 3 Geeks J, and talk to me. I love to talk about movies, television, everything.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
You guys have a great night, and peace out from the Scary Snobs.
Stay safe.